Either you stand here and die, or return and continue the path if you care about her so and bring her back, or you hate me so much that you let her die, and I'll just find another way. There's a tension in the air, and the fog seems to swell strongly.
Delilah Briarwood. We're gonna sunder you. And I'm gonna psychic lance her.
Yeah, let's go! Let's fucking go!
Okay. 23.
Yeah, she saves against that.
So 8 whole points
8 whole
of
points.
psychic damage.
So that is your, we'll say your surprise go, just because the rapidity in which you had that at the get-go. Now, finishing that go, Ashton, you're up.
I'm gonna take a few more paces towards Delilah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take an attack. Fuck it. 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage. You got it. Without even looking at you, as you impact and like swing through, it strikes, and as the hammer swings through, the energy seems to almost like move around it, but it still impacts and hits. As the energy kind of scatters off, she puts out her hand and pulls it back, almost like a rubber band, and fires it off at you as a reaction. 23 points of necrotic damage. What are you doing over there? As these like black tendrils strikes up, slams into you, and then rips you off of your feet and throws you backward 20 feet.
Oh shit.
Delilah gets a layer action. The trunk of the tree begins to glow a deep, menacing, purple, almost black coloration. And as it does, you watch as these kind of light, sparkling little ribbons and tethers kind of ripple off of the sun tree and wrap around Delilah and form this kind of almost ephemeral shield around her. All right, so that finishes the layer action. This is now Delilah's go. You watch as the spirit, the arms begin to tense and quake in space, and for a moment you watch as the purple energy becomes a rich, void-like black, and Delilah's spectral form lifts upward with a growl, and as it does, all the cracks in the ground begin to fill with looks like black tar that then all shoots up at once. You all feel yourselves being pierced by 1,000 pinpricks of necrotic power, driving through your body in different places before taking root and then beginning to pull away into shadow. So you take 16 points of necrotic damage.
Whoa.
As soon as the tethers pull away from you, she raises her left arm again and blows a kiss out in your direction. You watch this kind of like spiral of greenish energy kind of splinter off and strike the ground where it begins to break. And you watch as 5 skeletons begin to pull themselves out of the ground around you.
Cool.
I'm into it.
One of them is attacking you, Imogen.
Correct.
Misses. 2 of them attacking you, Chetney. 8 points of piercing damage and 6 points of piercing damage.
Got it.
As both of them just stab you with short swords from the sides, their bones clattering. And that finishes their go. Chetney, you're up with Fern on deck.
With my bonus action, I'm gonna and I just tear off the lower half of my body so Chetney's legs just go away and just wolf legs underneath. And I will take my chisel, give it a kiss, and I'm gonna try and throw it up at Delilah. 15 points of slashing damage, 5 of which is fire.
As you throw both of these upward, and you notice them like carving in, when they push through, that strange shield that the sun tree had imparted upon her seems to be absorbing the majority of that damage. You watch as it kind of carves away with each impact.
I'm gonna step forward, not really knowing how this works. I'm gonna hold up the only holy thing that I have, which is this coin, and I'm gonna just say, "Be gone, you foul creatures!" And I'll turn undead, and I'll just say it has like an insanely wide ray of gigantic light that it shouldn't be that big, but it's so powerful. I recoil back and I just go crazy with it, and it's spraying all over the place.
Perfect. You watch these skeletons like turn towards it and just get scattered into nothing. The one still stands.
Okay, I missed one.
At the end of your turn, as she floats up there, really, I had just brought them out to play. points at you, and you watch as this kind of burst of black energy arcs towards you, the same one that you saw impact Ashton earlier. That is 22 points of necrotic damage to you.
22.
Top of the round. Orem, you're up.
Okay, go with me on this. Here's what I want to do. Orem is going to bolt up that ramp, run 5 feet up the tree, and with those boots of striding and springing, leap and grab the nearest low-hanging rope. And then I want to use my action as he swings up into the air to flex my little halfling abs as hard as I can, and on the downswing, and toss myself up and try to grab branch.
Cool.
I love it. That is fucking awesome. That is a high DC acrobatics roll. I'll go for it. You run and you jump and leap off the side, and you grab the rope this time, using the momentum, swing up. I'll say you do land in the branches, but the arc of it doesn't get you super close.
Right.
Finishing your go, it is now back to initiative count 20. The tree
Yep.
just swallows Laudna into its trunk. That's going to finish that. It's now Delilah's turn. She fires 3 of these tendrils outward. For you, Orem, you take 18 points of necrotic damage.
Got it. Oh, great.
She's going to go in an attempt to tear you out of the branch.
Damn it.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
No fucking way!
Yes!
As the tether yanks, the branches bend and bend, but then
Oh my god.
holds you in place. FCG 16 points of necrotic damage. As FCG gets struck, you watch as the spiritual form that is like looking around, ready to go ahead and lend more aid, and then is gone.
Oh god.
Burn, you're up.
Feeling it out.
I am going to cast Scorching Ray at the tree.
Your first ray strikes the bottom of the roots, and where the flames are, they catch and begin to burn and crackle. You can see the dried exterior of the tree beginning to blacken, and some of the roots that you've seen shift and tear through are starting to like retract slightly. As you strike the top of the tree, you can see the flames burst and then catch on the branches. Just kind of glare, and as you fire the third streaking mass of magical flame outward,
Oh, is this hurting you?
it strikes on a large branch, just slams onto the ground. Ashton, you just barely, like, it misses you by 5 feet. As it hits the ground, burning fire is catching in the top of the tree, and glaring at Delilah, you see this kind of like glare in her eyes as she like, and you see part of where like the hair, the weird like ethereal portion of her head and her hair begins to kind of untether and begin to like flicker. All right, that finishes your turn, Fern. Orem, you're up.
Okay, for now, I'm just, he just, in a panic, says, Laudna, Matilda, buddy, come on. You gotta come walk in the sun with us. And I'm gonna start, I'm gonna take 2 swings at the tree and try to cut through.
Make 2 strikes. As you carve through and cut past this point, the damage that's now spreading through the trees, the fire is now consuming the upper boughs. You slash your blade as deep as you can. As you cut through, you hit some sort of life main line, where remaining tether of the top part of the tree, and as you cut it, you watch as some of the branches begin to like... As it curls open, you do not see in the space Laudna. What you do see is the space where she once was, and it kind of comes to a point, like she was drawn deeper into the tree below. Also, Delilah, the feminine form that you saw, she looks back as you hack, and the branches begin to fall, and you watch as the beautiful humanoid woman piercing stare shrivels into a skull visage, these vacant holes where her eyes were, the lips pulled back to exposed teeth, and the skeletal jaw. Get down! Legendary actions, necrotic burst towards you. 42 points of necrotic damage. You watch her angrily release the streak shadow tendril, and in one instant, Orm's spiritual form just...
Oh, man!
Kyla's gonna go ahead and cast Blight on you. Angrily, As she finishes, like, drawing the life force from your body, you feel the outside of your skin begin to crack and dry. You feel blood begin to pour out the side of your eyes, but then the blood itself dries to your skin. The moisture is just missing from your body. And as you gasp for breath for a second, oh, don't worry. This is just the beginning of what I'll do to you. That finishes her turn. Imogen, you're up.
My eyes are gonna flare white, and I'm just gonna lightning bolt the tree trunk.
The bolt impacts. You watch as it hits the wood, splinters down the center. There is a blast of impact from the bolt hitting the heart of the tree. The trunk itself finishes dividing entirely. At that point, there is a flash of white. You see for a brief instant that shadow form of Laudna, now pulled free from the center of the tree. You hear Delilah screech, "No!" Into white.